Today we're going to start doing an exploration with the distributive property. You guys might remember the distributive property from previous courses, but we're going to do a little exploration so that we see exactly what it means. You might remember it as taking this initial number and multiplying it by everything inside the parentheses. So for example, this would be 3x plus 15. Let's go on and see exactly why the distributive property works this way. Let's see how we're going to work with this today. Today we're going to be using algebra tiles to work with the distributive property. I want you to look at these algebra tiles. Each of these rectangles is going to represent the letter X. The red algebra tiles will be a positive 1, and the yellow squares will be a negative 1. Pause the movie and write down in your notes, rectangle equals X, red square is a positive 1, and yellow square is a negative 1. Next, we're going to use algebra tiles to build expressions. Let's look at the first one, x plus 2. If the rectangle is x, I bring down my x, and my red squares are positives, so I bring down 2 positives. This represents x plus 2. Pause the movie and copy the expression x plus 2 and the drawing into your notes, as well as try to build the expression x minus 3 on your own and draw it on your paper. Let's see how you did. The expression x minus 3 should look like this. A rectangle for the x's, and now we're going to bring in 3 negatives. Pause the movie and make sure this is what you have on your paper. Then try to build the expression 2x minus 1 and get it checked by your teacher. Now I'm going to show you how to build these expressions and show how the distributive property works. First, I'm going to start out with the expression that is inside the parentheses, which is x minus 2. I would build that as an x, and then I would put in 2 negatives. Pause the movie and copy exactly what you see on the screen here onto your notes. Then push play. Now, let's continue. I have this x minus 2. Here's my x, and here's 2 negatives. But this 3 in front of the parentheses indicates that I have this quantity, or I have this 3 times. So what's that going to look like? Here is x minus 2, oopsies, 1 time. Here is x minus 2, 2 times. And then here is x minus 2 for the 3rd time. Again, I have 1, 2, 3 times of x minus 2. Pause the movie and copy this drawing into your notes. Okay, so let's simplify. When I look at my x's here, I see that I have 3 x's, and I have a negative, 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 negative. Oh, that's negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6. So the answer using the distributive property is 3x minus 6. Pause the movie and copy this into your notes. Now you try. I want you to use the rectangles and the squares to show the answer to 4x plus 2 using numbers and a drawing of your algebra tiles. Once you've shown this for 4x plus 2 and 2 parentheses 2x plus 4, or 2 quantity 2x plus 4, pause the movie and get it checked by your teacher. I'd like to show you one more strategy that's very similar to the rectangles and algebra tiles strategy. Let's look at 5 quantity x minus 2. I can take this x minus 2 and I can draw it as an x and 2 negatives. I know that I have this 5 times, so I simply draw it 5 times. Then I can go through and actually count everything up. Here's all my negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 negatives. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. So there's another strategy to help you with the distributive property. Use whichever strategy you like to complete these 3 practice problems. When you're finished, get them checked by your teacher.